welcome to my channel. Welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be a fragrance video talking about my top 5 favorite fragrances for fall, winter time. I think technically we're still in fall, but approaching winter very quickly here. So if that sounds good to you, if you like fragrance videos, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't yet and stick around. But without any further ado, let's get started talking about these fragrances. So I'm not going to talk about these in any particular order. I just have 5 here in front of me, but I am going to start with probably one of the most popular fragrances, and that is the Viktor Rolf Flower Bomb. Now this is in, I think, like a limited edition packaging. I'll pop up a picture of what the standard bottle looks like. This ranges from $88 to $168. So out of all the ones I'm going to talk about, this is the most expensive. It's won a Best of Allure Beauty Award for fragrance. This fragrance has been around, I want to say at least 10 years, I think. And people still talk about it. This is a great fragrance. It's considered a warm and sweet fragrance, and it has jasmine, orange blossom, and patchouli. So it does have, for me, what I like about it is I really enjoy floral scents. I should probably preface this whole video. I do enjoy floral, clean scents. I gravitate more towards, I guess, quote unquote, typical summer scents. You can just see, like, looking at my fragrance back there, most of them are very light colored. The entire vibe and aesthetic it gives off, they're all very light, they're pink. I gravitate towards those kinds of fragrances. So that's why I just don't have too many of those really deep scents. And the ones that I'm recommending will teeter kind of on that florally scent. So this does have slight rose, and it does have that kind of vanilla note to it. I do really enjoy vanilla as well. Vanilla with florals, that's kind of like my sweet spot for just those deeper scents. And this is just, I think it's a tried and true fragrance. You can't go wrong with it. While it is definitely a splurge, I don't know if this would be the top pick out of all 5 of these that I'm gonna mention here. I think you can't go wrong with it. You can even wear it all year round if you wanted. Some of these I wouldn't even wear in the summer, but you could wear this all year round and get away with it. It's a great daytime fragrance, as well as being able to wear it at nighttime, in the evening. If you have an event, I think that you could wear this and kind of stand out. People would know what you're wearing. I highly recommend this fragrance. I love it a lot, and I'll probably always have it in my collection because I just think it's one of those iconic fragrances that you can never get rid of. The next fragrance I want to talk about is from Dolce Gabbana. This is the only one. I think you can tell how much I love this. The Dolce Gabbana line has come out with the only one quite a few times, because I remember being younger and they had the only one rose, and I went through an entire bottle of that as well. Clearly that one was more summer floral. This is also, just like the Viktor Rolf, categorized as warm and sweet. And I would say that both of these are very similar. That's why I wanted to talk to them back to back. They both have vanilla and patchouli, but this one is just a little bit more sophisticated and a little bit more feminine. It doesn't have that floral come across as much. I definitely smell the vanilla more. If you like amber, musky scents more, which I don't typically, for the most part, gravitate towards, this is gonna be the most like that, in my opinion. I clearly love this. My boyfriend bought this one for me in the Philippines. This was the fragrance I bought there, so it's always gonna remind me of that. And I would say out of all of these, this is for sure his favorite, which is why I just wear it so much. But this has notes of citrus, violet, and coffee, and comes out a little bit floral. That's what I have written down here. That's what sets this apart, I think, is the coffee. The coffee gives it like that richness and that depthiness that the Viktor Rolf doesn't. And I would pick this hands down over this one. It's a little bit less expensive as well. This is just a great popular perfume. Dolce Gabbana, I have to say, they're one of the top brands when it comes to fragrances that I just really, really enjoy. I haven't smelled too many from them that I just don't like, some more than others, obviously, but there's a lot of them. I have, just tangent, I also have this one from Dolce Gabbana, and I love this. This is great for summer. I'll probably recommend it if I do a video for that, but highly just recommend the Dolce Gabbana line in general. If you like those floral scents, but you want a little bit of richness to them, this just comes across like very sophisticated, feminine. Again, you could wear this day and night. I would probably categorize it a little bit more nighttime appropriate, but you can absolutely get away with wearing this during the daytime as well, and no one would really second guess that. Now, the third perfume that I have here is one that is the hardest to find. I always have trouble finding this perfume, but I don't know. I have loved this for years and years. This is the Versace Crystal Noir. Versace has a whole crystal line. They have Crystal Bright. They have a bunch of different ones, and they have this Crystal Noir, and this one's my favorite. I believe Crystal Bright is their most popular, but there's something about this one. I repurchased this over and over. Granted, I just have the small one, but you can see like this is almost empty, and I will repurchase it. I just have a hard time always finding it for some odd reason. I'm not sure what that is, if I'm just alone in my feelings, if this is being discontinued. I sure hope not. I need to grab a bottle if it's going to be, because I cannot be without this. This, out of all the ones that I'm talking about, is going to be the most nighttime appropriate, where I wouldn't wear this during the day. This is the fragrance that I pick when I just want to feel like really sexy. I don't know why. This is just, it's always the one that I go back to. This is categorized as a warm and spicy. So whereas the Viktor and Rolf and the Dolce Gabbana were warm and sweet, this one's warm and spicy. It has amber, floral, pepper, gardenia, and musk. So again, similar to this having the musk kind of smell with amber, this is just a lot more stronger, which is why I would categorize this more as just a nighttime, where this could be day and night. It's just a little bit heavier, and that amber and musk really comes through. But this one, probably out of every fragrance that I have, surprises me the most that I enjoy it, because I don't typically, like I said, gravitate towards these very musky perfumes, but this amber musk combo is just, it's so delicate, it's so sensual. I will always have this in my collection. I remember I first tried this out when I was 17. I was still in high school, and I saw this at a TJ Maxx, and I picked it up, and I have been in love with this ever since. The fourth fragrance I want to talk about, I don't think it could be a fall fragrance video if I didn't mention YSL Black Opium. I would say this is probably one of the most iconic fragrances of all time. It's very, very popular. YSL has even broken out into branches. I know they did like a neon black opium. There's a few different black opiums that they've done, like subcategories of it, but this is just a staple fragrance. Now, I will say it took me a while to like this. At first I was not interested in this fragrance. I was like, I don't know why everyone talks about this. I don't like it at all, but I continued to just like smell it whenever I was at a Sephora, because everyone liked it. There has to be a reason. And I've just fallen in love with this fragrance. I did, just buy like a little one. I didn't go for the full gusto of the 3.7 ounce. This is pretty more expensive than some of these other ones. I would say it's the most expensive after the Viktor and Rolf, but this is also categorized as a warm and sweet fragrance, which kind of surprised me. I would probably categorize it personally as warm and spicy, but I'm not a fragrance connoisseur by any means. I'm just a fan of fragrance. And this has black coffee, white flowers, and vanilla. I have noticed that I really gravitate towards those vanilla scents. As long as it has some kind of floral and vanilla, I will typically like it. But again, with the coffee just really gives it that rich depthness for fall, winter time, and I really like this. I would say I lean towards wearing this more in the evening time. You could get away with this during the day, just because I think that being that it's so iconic, you could wear it day and night. This is the only one I would only wear just at night. The rest of these I think can be a little bit more fluid. However, I have to say this is probably one I'll only reach for in the evening time. It's not something that I find to be just an everyday. Looking at this list, Dolce Gabbana is definitely the one I would wear the most day and night. But if you don't have Black Opium, even over this Viktor and Rolf, because I said this was a best of beauty, this is an iconic perfume, I think this is more iconic. And if you're into fragrance, it's worth just having the 1 ounce as a display. I think it's great. I can always just reach for this fragrance and feel more elevated, more sophisticated. It goes perfect. Like I just see it with like a black dress on, going to dinner. I love this fragrance, and being that it took me quite a while to warm up to it, I think it's one, regardless of the type of fragrance you gravitate towards, you can appreciate and like this fragrance. We're down to the last fragrance, and I saved this one for the fragrance that I consider to be the most year-round fragrance, and that is going to go to Carolina Herrera Good Girl. Now, I just think this is one that you can wear year-round. Like I just said, it's very fresh, but it has just, once you put it on and let it kind of sink into your skin after about an hour or so, it has this depthness that I can't really explain. This is categorized as a warm floral. So while the other ones were either warm and spicy, warm and sweet, warm floral is what kind of pushes it more towards the floral end, which is why I think I'm categorizing this as more of a year-round rather than just fall or just winter. It has tuberose, I don't know what that is, jasmine, tonka bean, so that coffee is really what gives it kind of that depthness. And they say that it's bright, feminine, but dark, and that's exactly what I was trying to say. I should have just read my notes. Freshly light and moody dark. It really just has like this Jekyll Hyde thing going on. It's fresh when you smell it, but after a while, it gives you the most satisfactory depthness and richness that you crave. It's not just this floral, bright, old grandma smell. It's a really sophisticated floral, and I said that I would wear this one the most day and night, but really this is the most daytime appropriate. I don't know if I would gravitate towards this one at nighttime. So this would be the one that I would wear during the day. This would be the one I would solely wear at night. And then this one I would consider to wear for both. And these two I think can go both, but mostly nighttime, just as a roundup conclusion. But going back to the Good Girl, first of all, I mean, let's talk about the bottle. Out of all 5 of these, this is the best bottle of all of them. I just have like this very mini, I'm not even sure, this isn't even 1 fluid ounce. If I can get like a little small mini of the bottle, I will, just because I'll never go through all that fragrance in my entire life. But if you don't have this, I think it's a staple. People definitely gravitate towards this because of this beautiful shoe. But besides that, the fragrance is what sells you to purchase this over and over and over again. And if you're someone who just doesn't really enjoy too much of a floral scent, she does have different subcategories of this fragrance that have different notes in them. So even if you don't like the original Good Girl, I'm sure that you could find one that kind of suits your preferences a little more. This is just so versatile. I think these 2 are my top pick just for every day. Like I said, if I'm looking to just have one, just to have like an iconic fragrance, I would go with Black Opium. But these 2 really are like my top runner-ups. I don't know which one I would give 1 or 2 to, just because of their versatility. I really wanted to do this video because holiday time is always the time that all these brands come out with their little fragrance holiday sets. I'm always a sucker for those. That's usually, I think, where I picked up most of my fragrances, is probably from getting those little boxes. You can see like I have these boxes here for display. Those all had the holiday fragrance sets. So that's why I wanted to do this video, just give you some ideas if you were looking at some holiday sets or needed a recommendation for a friend. I know for myself, I always give my sister a perfume for her birthday, which I will be doing again this year. I just need to find out which one she wants. Her birthday's November 14th, so coming up here, I need to get on that like now. That's gonna wrap up my video talking about my favorite fall fragrances. Make sure you let me know down below in the comments what your favorite fall fragrance to wear is now that it's getting colder. It's time to pull out all the sweaters, light the fireplace. I'd love to know. And with that, I will see everyone in my next video. Bye.